I'm Liliana, and this is my story of a lifelong learner. So, where am I from? I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I am a Chicana, so I'm American born, but I'm of Mexican descent. I'm second generation, so I feel that these factors have kind of put me in an awkward position where a lot of mixed people can say the same, where culturally they don't feel that they 100% fit in anywhere. I feel like I'm constantly being pulled back and forth between both sides of my cultural background, and whether that be by family or friends or my own personal opinions of myself. One factor of this is America is very individualistic and not as family or group oriented as Mexico, which is a very collectivist type of culture. And because of this, I feel a strong push from a lot of my Mexican family members and Mexican side of the family to be very family oriented, whether this be taking care of my siblings and cooking and cleaning and doing housework, or from my American side, be more in tune with making sure that I as a person am successful rather than giving up opportunities for myself so that I can bring up my siblings. Although it's not really all bad, I feel that I've learned a lot of things from both sides of my cultures, and I am able to nowadays, when I was younger, I wasn't as good at this, but nowadays I can kind of put them together, and it's definitely built me into the person that I am now. So when it comes to communities, I feel like I am really good at building community and being involved in community, although I am a little bit introverted. But at the same time, I'm very good at advocating for myself and making sure that I am building a good future for myself without having to put things aside for my family members. Where am I now? Currently, I am a student of University of Arizona in Tucson, so I did move down from Phoenix, which has been a little bit of a change for me. Even though they're both similar, they do have their differences, and I'm not used to it as I've never moved before. I'm a physiology major with an emphasis on exercise science, which is hopefully going to help me go into the physical therapy field. I actually decided that I wanted to do physical therapy when my nana fell and broke her hip. So as big of an issue as it was at the time, it did kind of give me an intro of what it could be like. One being that I've always wanted to do something in the medical field, but I'm pretty emotional and I don't think I could handle doing something more high risk, I guess, where people could be dying and it could be me that potentially caused it. So physical therapy was a good medium for me where I could still help people and help improve their quality of life without having those risk factors involved. But I helped my nana a lot in her physical therapy training because I had a physical therapist come to the house and help her personally, but he didn't speak Spanish. So a lot of the times I would be translating for her to the point it was essentially just me coaching her through certain exercises. So eventually he stopped coming around because that's kind of a waste of money if I'm doing everything. And I took on full responsibility and I really loved the work. So not only did that background help me, but also I feel like my cultural background helped me in terms of deciding whether that would be a good field for me to go in. One, my close-knit family ideals that I learned from my collectivist Mexican kind of side definitely helps me want to be an outgoing person. A lot of Hispanic people do go into the medical field, and I feel like I'm just following that. And my individualistic ideals have helped me go into something a little more specialized that's a little more work in terms of being a doctor. But hopefully I'll be able to fulfill my dreams of, one, doing work that I really love, but also being able to help people and improve their quality of life. Where do I see myself going? Well, in 5 years, hopefully I'm on track to finish my degree in physical therapy, so I'll have finished or be close to finishing my PT grad school and potentially be on the job market. Hopefully at this point I'll have some experience, hands-on or shadowing. So I think this experience specifically that I just talked about will help me, as currently I'm not totally sure what type of specialization that I want to have. In physical therapy, you can go into several different areas in terms of the patients that you see. For example, pediatric physical therapy, women's physical therapy, elderly physical therapy, etc. And I'm not totally sure. I have a couple of ideas of what I would like based on the people that I've worked with throughout in terms of past job experience. However, I'm not totally sure what I would like as a physical therapist, as it is a different type of work. Personally, I'm leaning more towards sports medicine or maybe women's physical therapy. However, with helping my nana, I do think that elderly physical therapy could be nice. And I've also watched a lot of videos and done my own research into physical therapists and their daily lives in their work. And I feel like I would really like any field that I go into. So although I don't know a specialization that I'd like to go into, maybe I won't go into one at all. But as I said, hopefully in the future, both in undergrad and grad school, I plan on partaking in research experience and hands-on experience if I can get any. For example, the physiology club here at U of A is really great for kind of preparing you for what PT school could be like in terms of physiology is a heavily required thing to understand to go into physical therapy. So hopefully with the experience that's offered at U of A and potentially other experiences that I can get in researching and networking with people in the field, hopefully I can see myself as a physical therapist or finishing up my physical therapy degree within 5 years. Overall, I feel like my life experiences have both had goods and bads throughout my life. For example, the bads in my adolescence where I felt really lost and split between two sides and didn't really know where I belonged or what I wanted to do. It was really stressful. However, now that I'm older, I'm a lot better at reflecting on my life and realizing that even the bads did help me grow into the person that I am today. And currently, I'm pretty set on what I want to do, where I want to be, and I also know that even if something changes and what I'm picturing now isn't going to happen in the future, I know that so long as I'm able to reflect and adapt to the situations that I'm in, which I learned from my two backgrounds, then I'll be okay. And so I'm very excited for my future, and hopefully I can continue to learn throughout the rest of my life. I'm Liliana, and that was my story of a lifelong learner.